What's going on with the truckers? I got people that want to be truck drivers, and they are struggling, and they are broke, and they're working hard, and they're not making a lot of money, and they don't know how they could get ahead. And they see people driving BMWs, living these, crazy lifestyles, and they're wondering to themselves, that can never be me. But I'm thinking about trucking as a way to make it. Is it possible? Well, let me give you some realistic numbers, and you can see for yourself how by sacrificing, because trucking is not easy. That's the disclaimer. It is not easy. You're going to live on that road, and you could hate every moment of that. But if you could stay in there and work a couple years and make that happen, you could drastically change your life and give yourself a better future. So, even working at Swift, you could make this work and make it work for yourself. But let's get into this. This math that I have on this, it's long, so I apologize. But the end of it all is pretty much the things that cost you a lot is where you live, your car, and of course who you're with, right? So, and the vacations and the food and all that put together. But if you're living in this truck and you're savvy, you could minus the house bill, you can minus the car bill, and you can minus the vacations because you're going to be grinding hard. You can really get a leg up in life. And so this is the math to get to that, and a better understanding of, why the math is against so many Americans and why it's hard to get ahead, So let's get into this. What's going on with the truckers? I've been getting a lot of questions from people that want to better their lives, and they want to get into trucking, but they hear that it is a bad time. And honestly, if you want to be an owner-operator in this time, it's going to be extremely difficult. If you want to be a company driver, first-year OTR drivers, which means over the road, you're going to make average on 44,000, maybe to 56,000 gross, right? And so if none of that seems like it's great for you, then hey, this job might not be right for you. But let me give you some statistics where this might make sense for you, because I've gotten a lot of future truck drivers that say, they want to start at a Swift, Knight, Prime, Schneider. I'm Western Express. I'm not sponsored, or do I want you to go to any of these companies. I'm just letting you know that since those are the mega carriers that are out there, there's a lot of people that are getting information and looking to jump in from one of those places because they pay for your school, right? And we could talk about that later. But I got somebody in particular that says, Alex, I make $2,000 a month, and I work a warehouse job, and I'm struggling extremely hard, and I have a wife, and so I don't know what to do, right? How do I get out of that? Well, it took me down this rabbit hole of looking up numbers. And so I want to give some of these numbers to you, and how being a truck driver, even if you are new, that could drastically get you out of poverty level, right? And so first off, and I'll put the screenshots of all this up because, I have chicken scratch. Hopefully you guys can read it too, is the average mortgage in America, people spend 31% of their income to pay for their house, which is crazy, right? And so when I looked at the average of that, I go, wait a minute, so what is the average medium household? The average medium household is $70,784. And so if you take $70,784, multiply that by 31%, at the end of it, you're paying almost $21,943.04 in mortgages a year. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to that right there. All right, and so at the end of that, that 70,000, and that's for the average income, right? That could be 1-2 people working in your family. And they say annually people spend about $4,800 annually on cars. All right, and so you minus the house, you minus the cars, you're back to $44,040. So after the house, after the cars, you're really grossing about $44,000. Now, if you're single, you can look at this tax bracket. You're going to be paying over 22%. If you're married or filed jointly, you're going to be paying 12%, right? So I put those numbers up there. But if you're single, pretty much at the end of it all, you're going to only make $34,351 for a single, and married, $38,755, right? And so when you break that down, for a single, that's only $2,862.6 a month, and for married, $3,670 a month. All right, now if we add food, they say annually food, you spend about $8,289. You can see here for single. Now you're down to $26,062.02, and for married, you're down to $35,751, right? And I want to give you these numbers. All right, so besides that, what else would you be paying for besides food? Well, I looked at vacations. Well, annually, on average, people spend $4,580 on vacations. So if you're single, that goes down to $21,482. And if you're married, now your annual income is $31,171. Okay, what else is there? Well, after house, cars, and vacations, a single person makes only $21,482 a year, and a married makes $31,171. Okay, so this is a lot of math here, but they say over 53% make less than $70,000 a year, right? But 11.4% live on poverty, which is 37.2 million people, right? That make less than $33,148. So if you're looking at it all, what's crazy is people that are making $33,148, you look at that and you say, they're making some basic money. It doesn't sound that bad, right? So if you're making $2,762 a month, you are actually living in poverty level, which is crazy, right? And that's a lot of Americans. That's over 37.2 million, okay? Now, let's go off that salary now. $33,148 salary, right? That's those that are making and are in the poverty level. You minus 12% tax. You minus a 31% to pay for your house on average. Cars, $4,800. Average food, average vacations. You end up with $1,225.36 a year left, which divided that by 12, you're only making $102.11. So, what does all this math really mean, right? This means that on average, people that are considered poor making $33,148 a year, which is a lot of Americans, really, after the cars, the house, the food, the vacations, living like everyone else, make $102 a month profit. And so you can't save. So the math on it alone, which some people might have gambling habits, might be worse, like to eat out even more, go on more vacations, fake it till you make it type stuff, they're even more in the red. And that's why so many Americans are one step away from being homeless. Okay, so why do I bring all this up? Because just say you work in the trucking career. We already talked about it, right? $32,148 annually is the poverty level. Okay, making $2,762 a month. But when you look up what does a first year truck driver make on Google, it says anywhere between $44,999 to $56,212. I really think it's more on the low side, the $44,000. Okay, so let's just say a job at Swift. We take those same numbers for single and married. You can see my napkin math here. Now, the thing that I want you to know is, of course, if you're making in your single $44,999 and you take out your tax because you get taxed more at 22%, and then you still got to eat, right? So $8,289. But what's not on this math here is the vacations, the house, and the car, right? Because when you're trucking over the road, and this is for over the road, you don't got time for vacations, and you don't need a house, and you don't need a car. Okay, I'm just saying in a perfect world, you might have family, things like that. You might still need to do these things. I understand. I'm just saying in this perfect world that you can do that, right? So you're taking out the house, you're taking out the cars, and you're taking out the vacations. You're left with $26,810.22. So now you can actually save $26,000 a year. And just say this napkin math here doesn't work for you at all. Just say you even cut that in half. You can still save $13,000, right, a year, versus the average American that's in poverty that can only save $1,000. So that's crazy. Now, if you look at the married side, and why did I put $44,999 twice? Well, if you're really good, maybe you're a husband-wife team or boyfriend-girlfriend team, hey, right? And you file jointly, you guys could double up and OTR it and gross $89,998, okay? Minus your taxes at 12%, minus your food. As a married couple, you could save $76,309. Again, napkin math, divide that by 2. Just say you could save $30,000 to $40,000. Now, why are these savings important? Because in 2 years of working your job, you could save enough for a down payment, and you could go and buy a house. You could go and buy a business. You can really get a step forward. So after really all of that, you know, the reason why I really want you to think about this is the math is just against you if you don't make a great amount of money. And to the average, if you're making $2,700 a month, you're living in poverty, which is insane, right? It doesn't sound that bad, but that's why the math is against you. So by trucking, if you could take out your house, your car, just live in your truck for a year or two and truck drive, you could really get an opportunity to bounce forward. And I think those are the opportunities in trucking that can really help you. Hopefully this helps you. You know, I know there's a lot of math and, you know, involved, but I just want to give you guys some insight how living in truck might not be favorable for a lot, but the ones that can do it, the ones that can make it happen, you could jump ahead and get your chance at living a financial free lifestyle, right? And it takes a long time to get there, but you know, there's a lot of tricks to this, but I just wanted to give you that basic to know that that's what's so great about trucking. You know, you could alleviate a lot of the pain by not paying for a mortgage in a car and just living in that truck for a year or two. So Mutha truckers, let me know what you think. Comment down below. Let me know how you're living your life on this.